Hi there, welcome to the Blade Master, and today we're going to speak on machetes and the uses of them, especially in a self-defense setting. They're very highly effective, very cheap. The two that I'm going to speak on is this all-terrain chopper and the Tramontina machete that I own. Alright, I'll get on to baseball bats and that in another video, but at the moment we're going to speak on machetes. Machetes are good for self-defense because there's a lot of different moves you can use with them. Intimidating factor with a long blade, and extremely hair-cutting sharp. You can hone them very nicely and make them into razor blades, but as well as they're great for all-terrain, like chopping through bush and that kind of thing. You know, you can shove it in your bag and it's inexpensive. But as I said, it's a very good self-defense item if needed. This one is the South African lasher, which is the same as the cold steel all-terrain chopper. Okay, this is dangerous because it's got comes to an angled edge, so this is very sharp. Okay, so what happens is, if you see it in Lynn Thompson's videos on cold steel, as it comes down onto the dummy, the concentrated force at the end, it's in and stabs. Alright, so that's the lethality behind that one. Alright, that's a very good handle. Comes with the same as the Bowie machete. Similar handle, great sort of, so it doesn't slip. All right, so great retention. All right, and how to utilize this kind of machete is because of its short blade and it's forward facing. You come with a figure of 8. Okay, you chop in figure of 8 just like you would if you're going through the jungle. Alright, also there's something called the bolo uppercut, so you come up. Alright, so what you do is you go to the side to leave space, you come upwards. Okay, then from here you can come down again, so you come up and down. Okay, so then you see the bad guy or opponent, he's crushing in, you go to the side, you come up to bring more space to you, so you get more reach, and you come down again. Okay, so this is generally the arc in which you use to chop. You can also do quick flicks with the wrist. Flick, flick. Okay, so the hand comes in, you can flick and flick. Okay, so just a quick flick and chop, flick and chop. Alright, you can do two-handed if you want to, and you can utilize both hands. Okay, switching between the two. Alright, you can also put a lanyard on this thing so it doesn't come out, and you can chop well all day. Okay, the other one that I have is called the Tramontina machete, also razor sharp. Okay, it's a Latin machete. It's this one that Jason uses in horror movies. Alright, doesn't have a lanyard, but it has a good wrist, hand retention, so it doesn't slip out very nice and easily. The same method as well. It's very much like a cutlass. Okay, it's got a similar shape to a cutlass sword. Okay, it's got a lot of reach, but the same thing applies. You use it to come up and slice, and a quick chop and through, chop and through, chop and through. And like fencing, you move forward and back with your leg. Okay, so you come forward with your leg and backwards with your leg. Okay, go forward and chop and back, keeping in mind that this is your dominant hand, and you keep it at bay, whatever. You don't want to come back and have the little chop, because when you go back, you want to move your leg back and then forward again. So you move back when you step back, but keeping this in front of you, and then forward, keeping this in front. Always keeping the machete so that this the target that is getting hit. If someone's coming at you with another machete or a big knife. Okay, and you're chopping. Okay, so you're chopping through your opponent. Okay, with your wrist. Okay, so like a kukri, where you can use a straight wrist, because look, nothing happens. You've got to use a lot of wrist motion for that snap cut. But there's a lot of force behind these cuts because of the arc that is physics in which the machete is made with, right? So a small knife, you need to lose a lot of arm movement for the same arc that you use with this wrist.